Does everybody know how to draw cards from the deck?
No, that's what I was trying to figure out.
I'm not sure either as a player.
Roll over to the skull.
There you go.
And there'll be 2 links, draw and discard.
There we go. Draw 4.
Now, if you ever need to discard anything, above the picture of the tomato truck is the discard pile. The reason it's important is because some cards allow you to pick cards up and stuff like that.
So bad guys in card play, and I don't think I have any magic items. So, and these guys just started, so that's probably a nothing burger.
Yeah.
Unless you want to make the Wand of Orcus disappear.
Oh, I got it.
Memsies now, though, so.
Oh yeah, the Wand of Orcus is a magic item. It goes away.
Down to the wire.
Wait, no, you don't know the Wand of Orcus. You gave that to what's his name?
Memsies, yeah, it's Memsies now.
Oh yeah.
Hoping the demon will just eat him.
Oh yeah. It could happen. I don't know. You guys are evil fuckers. I like that. And I approve of that sort of behavior. Here, have this cool looking wand. Oh, yes. You're an asshole. Yeah, we give you a cursed magic item. We like it. Great.
Is there a discard pile?
It's above the tomato truck.
Ah,
yeah.
Okay. Everybody
and you can make the cards. You can make the cards bigger by clicking on them in your hand.
I would not put them. I would not discard the cards above the deck because the deck is like the table can shift around, and you can enlarge and small the table. That's why we made the discard pile, and it's labeled discard pile. And there's a picture of a tomato truck because nobody believed that I saw a tomato truck outside, so I took a picture.
Right. Everybody immediately knows to discards all cards but one. Luckily, I have a rally, so. Yeah. Which is now called the replenish.
Mm. Yes,
so I will throw a replenish as soon as you guys discard what you want to discard.
Mm.
Ooh, feeling gutsy. Dropping the escape card, somebody.
And I will retrieve the rally.
What? Who discarded the check and essence card?
That was me.
What did you decide to keep out of curiosity?
Reroll.
Oh, take the check in essence.
Yeah,
I'm going to throw a rally anyway.
I would just I would just discard your reroll and then play the check in essence.
So to pick a card back up, you right click on the card, and it says take card or flip card.
Yeah, but then you're going to end up discarding again. Have you used the HC deck, La Sheila?
No.
Cool. We're dumping you in the deep end.
Someone throwing a retrieve down to retrieve the reroll?
Retrieve the rally.
Okay.
That's
so here's the rally.
Yeah, I think to give somebody else a card, you just put it into their picture. If you want to take the card,
click on the card and then say take card.
Yeah. But to give it to somebody else, you just stick it into their picture.
Right. Oh, hey, another one.
You got another rally or
no? Another play immediately.
Oh,
fuck
good.
your couch.
Okay, well, everybody draw back up to 4 from his thing first. Try to keep it all at the same time and stuff so that you know what the play immediatelys are doing. But everybody draw up to 4 and then discard 2 of them. I'm sure you'll have 2 crappy cards.
All right, so I'll be discarding Happy Holidays because it's just not that time of year.
Dreamlands.
For the Dreamlands, even though it doesn't say it, go ahead and draw a new card to replace that one since I'm not using Dreamlands in this. Okay. Basically, cards that I haven't gone through and like with a fine-tooth comb on the deck, but cards like for vampires, Dreamlands, psychic powers, stuff like that, I'm letting people just take a new card because I'm not using them.
Okay.
And we got to get Sheila down to 2 cards. What have you? By the way, don't worry about Oh, I don't know if he told you, but you can make it so that you can see all the cards by clicking, like if you click the little card deck above your thing, then it opens out, and if you click the individual cards, it makes them bigger.
Yes.
Cool. So if you got a question on what to keep, I would ask, because the card play is something you'll get after the first session. Actually, after the first session, you'll be moderately comfortable with the whole system. After about the third session, you pretty much got everything. Or third session, you've got everything. I like easy systems. There's no stacks of books and crap like that.
Should be good.
So, does anybody want to? Do you have decent cards worth keeping, or is somebody going to play the art replenish? I'm waiting to get started with the story part until you guys are done with card play.
Well, I can play it. What do you guys got?
I could take a refill.
I have the essence, and then I have some happy pie in the oven over here. We each get to pick one when we want to.
Well,
I would
reroll, and nobody is useless.
Sheila, I'd play both of yours right now, because that way, everybody will get a card. Like if you get something like a check in essence or whatever, I'd play that immediately. Did they tell you about after you use a skill successfully to put a little tick next to the skill?
Yes, excellent. I know that.
Cool. I wasn't sure what they told you or anything. I'm not assuming anything here.
We played a basic D100 fantasy with a similar deck.
Cool.
So I think everybody, right? You're pretty.
Yeah,
you're pretty
I can catch up. Yes, it's just more of the individual switching back to this system. Everyone gets a piece of pie.
Yeah. Happy pie.
All right.
One card.
The funny thing, Sheila, is that you don't know or possibly don't care about is each card has a history and stuff, and a lot of them came from movies. Like Happy Pie came from old Jim Belushi movie they did with John Cryer and stuff. So weird crap abounds.
I will not ask the story behind the couch.
James Brown. It's the old comedy thing. Yeah, that's him. So everybody want to discard any cards that you don't want so that you can get your refill and then we can move on with life, or?
Oh, are you throwing the replenish now, Scott?
Here an hour later, I don't care.
Yeah, we'll wait on
it. Okay. Now, for the area you guys are in, I'm going to give you some additional note slash things because I don't know if Russ told you anything about it, but weird stuff is going on in different. Pardon, Russ?
I didn't tell him shit.
Oh, you poor bastard. All right. Yes. Right. You guys pick up a new skill at Learn. It's called Talent. Learn is a friggin' important stat. It's been found out. Your talent, we'll get into that later as to what that is. For this zone, as long as you have talent, which can be lost if you are decapitated. By the way, that being decapitated does not necessarily mean you are dead. So don't rip up your sheets in anger if you get killed, because dead is not necessarily dead here. While you have talent, you have other stuff. Against anything that is not a sword, you take 1 die less of damage, or the die size reduces. Like swords normally D8. So, or sorry, some pistols are D8. So against those particular pistols, you only take a D6. Against anything that is a sword, you take 1 die more. This also works for anybody else who has talent. So swords are normally D8. If somebody hits you with a sword, you take D10. And if they have talent, you inflict D10 if you're using a sword. You also pick up a new spell at your talent called Sword Trick. I will copy paste that into roll 20. Let's see, there it is. If you have questions on it, copy, paste. I'd recommend copy pasting it into some thing on your computer, so in case you need to reference it later.
Talent is learn time talent.
Yep, everything's at learn times 1. You will never get something at learn times 2. Also, as long as you have talent, you have something called amazing regeneration. It only works in this zone and only as long as you have talent. Unless you are decapitated or unless your body takes too much damage. Yeah, decapitation ends a lot of things. Your body is regenerating 1 hit point per round. If you take, like if you have 10 hit points and you've taken 20 damage, consult me, because at that point, as soon as you start taking double or triple or whatever your regular hit points and damage, then you start making staying alive rolls, because your head just may pop off or liquefy or something bad happens to you, and then you're just screwed. And then you'll find out what death penalties are like. Also, in this zone, you have a choice between fighting offensively and fighting defensively. If you fight offensively, your attack is at normal, first parry is at -30. If you fight defensively, it's switched. So your first defense is at normal and your first attack is at -30. There's also special rules for the head chop. Inquire if you want to chop off somebody's head. That's it. So unless somebody has questions, Russ has managed to escape. Send out the dogs, and then I'll get you started.
This is the Highlander zone?
Apparently it is, yes. Fortunately, you'll be able to ask Russ about that. You guys wake up. I'll just start you this way, because that way, and you're in comfortable beds. Each of you has a feeling that your buddy is around. It's kind of like that feeling that when you know somebody, but you can't quite remember their name, but you definitely know them, but, and you can kind of sense that they're close by. You get 2 of those blips, if you will, so that 2 of your buddies are close by. You're in a room in a house. It's comfortable. It's a lot of terracotta looking stuff. I don't know enough about your characters to really personalize it. There are some pictures of your character with various people you don't know on the walls. Yeah, that's what's in your room. You have no idea where the hell you are, why you're here, or depending on any character background you made. Like if you were like, I didn't have a character background, that works because you don't know who you are. Pretty much all that you need to know is at least a first name, and you're golden. Anything else, character history and stuff, I don't care. That can come up later. In general, the only thing I'd like to know is, what general time period are you guys from? I know which one Russ is from. Basically, it's like modern, cyberpunk, futuristic, primitive, Romanesque, something like that. And hopefully you speak English as your native language. So in general, what kind of time period are you guys from?
1920s.
Okay, so a bit old-timey. Sheila?
Modern.
Excellent. Yes, so pretty much, Scott, the only disadvantage of 1920s is, of course, you're not going to have computer skills and stuff like that. And anything that's modern is strange scientific ghost boxes. You may eventually learn these things because unless you have an insanity toward ghost boxes and stuff. So yeah, you guys are awake. You hear people outside moving around, doing stuff. Birds chirp outside the window. It seems like a very normal thing. Give me smell rolls. And keep in mind, if the base of a skill is lower than what you've than your learn, you have your learn.
Fail.
Okay. Sheila? Also, by the way, a good rule is always just roll first and then find out what your skill is, because that speeds it up. Because if you roll like a 70, we know you failed. So are you a bloodhound? Do you have in there hobbyist for smelling or no? Right, you guys have no idea what's going on. You're laying in bed, hearing occasional muffled noises from the rest of the house as though things are going on.
I jump up and check the door.
It appears to have a small lock on it, but it's locked from your side. It's like one of the bolt locks, like, don't come in here, I've got a computer and the internet and I'm lonely, you know, that kind of lock.
All right.
I mean, it's not a serious lock. Somebody could kick it in if they really had a mind to, but
right.
You haven't. So, yeah. Same thing for Sheila's. And by the way, it's up to you guys what style you'd like to dress in and stuff like that. You know, if Scott wants to wear flowery dresses in his wardrobe, I'm not judging. That's for our harsh and vengeful society to do.
All right.
Wouldn't be the first time I've had people in drag in this campaign. What do you guys do?
Am I wearing clothes?
No, you're dressed for bed. However, you normally go to bed, whether it's in your underwear, striped pajamas, whatever weird thing you're into, or your character's into. 1920s, you're probably wearing pajamas, is my guess, because they did a lot of that then.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you're wearing spats, you know, on little booties while you're in the bed, but
it's a nice strip.
Nightcap.
Yeah. Gotta have a nightcap. I look around for real clothes.
There's some, but they're in a weird modernish style that's like probably made by ghost boxes somewhere or something. They're in closets and stuff. You've got a little wardrobe in there with lots of different clothes. You can dress anything from like dressed down, like I wear sweats and a t-shirt around the house, on up through tuxedo.
I'll look for a business.
There you go. Sheila, you've got the same kind of choices, male, female, you know, whatever kind of clothes you want. I have no idea how your character dresses.
She is going to pick out something kind of active wear, something that she can stretch around in.
Possibly run from evil monsters, chase people down. Sure, I get it. That's a good choice. You guys continue to hear sounds outside. You guys are both dressed. Pretty much you do find some interesting stuff in your bedrooms as well as the clothes. It appears that you've got, hold on a minute, where's the bedrooms? God, I almost forgot. There it is. You've got driver's license, passport, 2 credit cards, and SAG Card Screen Actors Guild with photo. All of these have your guys' photos and names on them. You've also got $1,000 in cash and something to keep it in. Your choice of purse, billfold, money clip, whatever you're into. You also have a touch phone, not locked, but it is lockable, and it has numbers pre-programmed into it. And Scott, you've got a safe deposit box key from a place called Fidelity International Bank. And let's see, Sheila, you've got 2 membership cards. One's to the Communist Party and one is to the Stonecutters Guild. Scott, you have a Transgender Law Center business card and a Have Gun Will Travel fan club. and you both have a Bolorama card for half off of one bowling game. So it'll save you like $2 or something like that if you present this card at the time.
All right.
In the closet also, you do find clothing back from the dry cleaners, and it has that plastic sheeting over it, and it also says it comes from, it was cleaned by Capital Laundry Services. Washes cleaner than clean. And both of you guys, while you're puttering around your rooms, please give me spot hidden rolls.
Oh,
Glenn, you managed to get lost in your own room briefly, but you do find the exit eventually, and you go, oh, there it is. Oh, God, I got turned around somehow, you know.
They moved it.
Sheila, did does that make yours?
That puts me at, yes.
Good.
It's under.
Excellent. Put a little tick mark next to it. You discover something odd in your room. Imagine, if you will, a kind of large drinks coaster that looks like a little stainless steel iris, you know, that can open and close. And next to it is a small square fingerprint reader. You have no idea what that's for, but they're like a little fingerprint reader, and sitting flat on what looks like some sort of big boxy table thing is this weird metal iris thing. So
I gotta touch that.
The iris or the fingerprint thing?
The fingerprint thing.
Excellent. The iris springs open and something goes dunk out of it really fast. What do?
Try to catch it.
Excellent. Give me a catch roll. She says. It goes out quick.
All right. I did not make that catch.
Well, you're kind of glad that you didn't, because it's a sword without a scabbard just fucking going up there. You don't know what kind of madman put that in there, but you managed, it just kind of clatters off there, and you go, what the? That's, yeah. It looks like an extremely sharp metal sword that was made to spring out of there.
Well, with greater caution, I got to go look into the. No, that was the iris thing, right?
Okay. Which is now closed again, and you're worried if you push the thing, this could get really intense really quick, because it came out with a great deal of force. I mean, now that you're expecting it, you're probably still not going to be able to catch it unless you put a lot of points into catch. People in this world die from playing catch with their father or whatever. Yeah. A lot of fumbles, footballs taking out entire skulls. It's ugly.
I'm going to investigate the sword.
It looks like a normal kind of mass-produced steel sword. Does your character have any kind of special skills that would tell you more about the sword?
Library, which I doubt. Do they have a sword book in here?
In your room? No. No. If you had access to a library or even the internet, it wouldn't probably help, because there's no markings on the sword, and if this is modern day, as you suspect it is from the fashions and stuff, Scott, you live in the strange future now. You suspect, Sheila, that the image recognition still sucks on computers. So even if you took a picture of it, it would show just general swords and stuff, and yeah. But it's just laying there helpless. So it appears you are the victor.
Free sword. I pick it up.
Yay! You wish it had a scabbard. It's amazing just how much a meter of sharpened metal is an inconvenience to you when it has no scabbard.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the kind of thing that, you pretty much have to carry it around in your hand, because if you try to put it through like a leather belt or something, it'll cut through that shit. It's made to cut through flesh, which, or bones. possibly decapitating people. Yeah, you feel better about it. The power that goes through you.
All right. I finally find the door.
Yes, thank God. You clutch it in relief.
I open that sucker.
All right, it goes into a hallway. You can hear and smell. It smells like bacon is that way. And like a normal house hallway, and it's got like a picture of some sort of car on the modern, futuristic, freaky car on the hallway thing. You're like,
It's not a Stanley steamer.
No, you missed those.
I'm going towards the smell of bacon.
Okay. Sheila, where are you up to?
I'm gonna very awkwardly and untrained take my sword out of the bedroom door.
No worries. You clutch it like it's a snake of death, and it kind of is. Yeah, if you've got no skill in swords, then you probably ended up hurting yourself, but that's fine. Lots of people do. You go down the hallway smelling the bacon. You see some guy up ahead. He's also going toward the smell of bacon. It has both of you in its siren song. And you eventually enter into a dining room. Russ, describe your character briefly, and then you guys can describe your characters briefly to him.
I'm in a tracksuit. I have a mustache and short cropped hair, moderate build, and I am sharpening a sword.
Yeah, there you go. Do you have the porn star mustache?
Yes.
Nice. That's what I thought. Sheila?
Wearing her active wear clothes, like she's ready to go work out. Very clearly not good with this sword that she's kind of dragging around. Medium builds, brown hair. Looks like she's not unused to going to the gym.
And Scott.
All right. Glenn's kind of a smaller build for a guy. Brown hair, slick black, clean shaven.
Cool. There's also, here, I'm going to shift you guys over so you can see pictures of what your new environment looks like. The picture of the guy, you got to scroll over to the right to find the group of pictures. The third picture over of the guy with the black hat on, he is the one preparing breakfast. He is the bringer of bacon. All hail. Also, you notice that in the dining room, there appears to be a picture of the Last Supper, but instead of the normal people who were in that famous picture, there's a bunch of people you guys don't know, and you guys are on the ends. And also you see Russ's character is in there, and there's some girl in the middle in the Jesus part who's going, she's not like looking like holy or anything. She has the more of the psychotic what the fuck, like I just killed 8 people and I got killed how many more, that kind of look in her face. Yeah, you have no idea why that's there.
Hey Jim, you gonna bring some veggie bacon?
Veggie bacon, sir.
Yeah.
I did have some, but I was ordered to remove it from the house on pain of death.
Oh, well.
I have bacon flavored bacon.
No, you know how I feel about that.
Would you?
Can you get me a bowl of cereal, please? No
yes,
meat?
Sir.
All right, thank you.
You don't want meat in your cereal today, sir?
No, thanks.
Very good. This guy appears to be a butler. He brings over and he starts setting down the food in like the little chafing dishes so you can serve yourselves whatever you're wanting to eat. And he pours coffee and tea and milk and juice, and he then asks, will there be anything else? And he looks at all of you like,
I stand in the door and just say, hello?
hello, sir.
Who are you?
You are dressed up very nice for breakfast, sir.
Ah.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you.
He looks at the other two like, I'm Jim, sir.
Jim.
Yes, sir.
I'm Glenn.
Yes, sir. I know, sir.
Oh. Ooh. Where am I?
You're at your home, sir.
Huh.
He looks at the rock and he says, "It appears that he has discovered your drug stash, sir."
Don't take my drugs.
Drugs.
Excuse me, gentlemen, lady. He exits. He goes off to do butler things, whatever that is. The guy sharpening his sword and bitching about his drugs sits at the table and eats his cereal.
So, Glenn, newbie, huh?
Yep, definitely new here.
All right. I pull out my phone and I give Glenn a call.
Right. He wants to borrow your demon box to find out some information from it so that he can interact with it.
No, I don't want to borrow his. I got my phone.
Oh, you're giving him a call though.
I'm giving Glenn a call. Yeah. Not Scott's Glenn. Trainer Glenn.
Oh, Trainer Glenn. Sorry.
That's okay.
Too many Glens around.
I forgot he's named Glenn too.
No problem. You call up Trainer Glenn. He answers. Hello.
Hey, Glenn. It's The Rock.
Hey.
Hey, we got a couple fresh ones here. Did you get him on your training schedule?
Give me a luck roll. Lower means sooner that he can come by. Is that by half?
Nope.
Oh, you suck.
It is very nearly by half, but I only have a 58 luck, so.
He says tomorrow's the soonest I can swing by for a bit.
All right, Glenn. Thanks, man.
Yes. I'll talk to you then. He hangs up.
Are you talking to your paperweight?
Huh? It's a phone, man.
Phone?
You never see the phone?
Yeah, it's this big box that you plug into the wall.
Like
this.
Okay. I haven't seen one of those since I was 2.
So, Sheila, your character realizes she's in the house with at least 2 people who may be insane, and you're thinking that, it looks like it's been one of those Rohypnol kinds of nights. They don't seem interested in really talking about anything that makes any sense, but, you have a sword. One of the guys has a sword, and together, you 2 have swords. The other guy doesn't, so he's an easier target, you're thinking.
Logan, 29 plus 29 is 58, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I did make that a half. Sorry.
He'll come by later today then.
Okay.
He tells you to stop sucking at math.
Yeah, got to stop sucking at math. Okay, good.
Hey, I got told to stop being fat the other day, so I can say that. That'll happen.
Yeah. Calculators have done me some damage.
So you guys sit around, and it's up to you if you want to eat your breakfast or just let it slowly congeal.
Well,
it looks nice. The other guy's not eating it, though. He's eating cereal.
About, the guy with the sword at the table. Seems not proper manners.
And neither of them dress for the occasion of a meal, which is just odd.
Yeah. Do you usually bring your sword to the table?
I keep my sword close by. It's my best friend.
Huh.
I'm going to try putting my sword behind the back and casting a spell.
Go for it.
Fail. Can I try it again? Definitely fail.
He holds his sword behind his back and looks at you intently, and then pulls it out and goes, yeah. And then does it again? Yeah. And then he gives up. Apparently, he's really bad at this. Or
it doesn't really make me feel better. You putting it behind your back.
Oh, yeah, okay. I put the sword down at the side of the chair on the floor. Hold my hands up. Better?
Okay. Now I'll sit down and eat.
He's eating, he's eating what appears to be colored bits of cardboard or some sort of packing crate, and ignoring the real food that's sitting at the table.
I'll have a good old American breakfast.
Sheila, what are you going to do? You've got a sword.
She walks in and takes a look at, I don't know, Tom Selleck, and what's going on here? Why are we in your house? I'm calling the police.
Whoa. You don't have to call the police. We don't want to get the police involved.
Yeah. What kind of name is Therrock anyway?
Rock Ebersol, actor, security chief in the Handy show. What show are you guys on?
What?
You've seen them around, actually, Rock. You know that they're in the Handy show as well, but they have not been. They've been kind of like the more background things, like engineer's assistant and stuff like that.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I recognize these. You two play red shirts in Handy.
You're like on a radio show?
Actually, television.
What's a television?
Television? Like a little glass window you can look at and see people moving around on, and there's sound. And what year is it, Glenn?
1928.
Oh, you're gonna have a little learning to do, Glenn. Now it's not 1928 anymore. I actually don't know what year it is, Logan. Did we ever ask anybody?
It's around the 20s, 2020-ish.
Okay.
Yeah, you've got drones. You can get a package delivered to you by Amazon drone if you want.
Cool.
Yeah.
Because we're in the early 21st century now.
Wow.
That explained their slovenly
Welcome to the future.
Take a card for that, Russ. That's lovely. Okay, they're both insane. They may be harmless though. So.
Yeah, you're actors, guys, and there's the blood feud between all actors. Do you know about that? Well, actors run around challenging each other to duels, and if you can take someone's head off, you get more powerful.
Oh.
So you need to keep a sword nearby as much as possible, because you never know when you get called in on a duel.
Where do I get a sword?
She's got one. He's got one. God damn it, you say. Everybody has them.
There's some swords over in the dojo.
Oh. Dojo.
I point towards the living room. That is where all the swords are, right?
He vaguely motions to a different part of the house.
Okay. So people just walk around killing each other in the future, and they don't dress for breakfast?
Not often, and only actors.
Only actors.
Yeah.
How do you know if the other person's an actor?
Well, you see him on TV.
Also, just as a side note, you guys can actually feel the talent of the others. It kind of gives you like a little bit of a queasy, kind of a little hyperish type feeling in your guts when you get close to each other. It's not an unpleasant feeling, but you got it's I suppose it's like Gaydar, but more of an internal feeling, and it worked for this. So,
right. Do you feel that in the pit of your stomach?
I do feel a thing.
Yeah, that's actors. That's you reacting to me being an actor.
No, that's the roofie wearing off. Don't listen to him.
Take a card. She gets a card for that. That's good.
All right. So do I feel Russ is a better actor than me?
Well, you're not really sure on the. It's like a yes/no thing at this point because he's not a very good actor. But it is weird that somebody who would like the only thing that's kind of keeping you from springing for the phone and stuff is pictures of you obviously happy and with other people in the room, and then your picture in a painting, like an actual oil paint. This is unusual behavior for the most ardent of roofier to get a painting commissioned. It's like, well, I think I'm going to be roofing this girl. Have her in this painting. It'll take hours to get her to pose, but by gosh, we'll get her into it. Awkward. So,
yeah, guys, I called the trainer. He's going to be by later this afternoon. He can explain this all better than I can. Is it a work day or the weekend, Logan?
It's for convenience, it's the weekend. Yay. It's Saturday. Pardon?
I tried pinching myself.
You like the bacon better than pinching yourself.
It's the strangest dream.
Mm-hmm. Eventually, the gym guy with the hat comes back in and begins clearing up breakfast. So, at least some things haven't changed in the future. Servants still abound, apparently.
Well, I eat the last of the bacon, excuse myself from the table.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, sir.
Very good, sir.
I wander off looking for a sword.
No problem. You see the pictures of the red cars? Mm-hmm. To the right of that is a picture of a table with a lot of different kinds of whiskey on it. That's in the bathroom for some reason, as well as the living room. It appears that this house is, and then the picture of the bar with all the bottles, that's also in the living room. They're pretty much you can't go very far away from alcohol in this house. There's also things that you don't even recognize as being things like a big flat screen TV that doesn't register, some sort of weird paperweight that says Dell on it, things like that. Sheila, what's your character's name again?
Dana.
Dana. What would Dana like to do?
Dana is still holding on to that sword when she heard about decapitating people.
Mm-hmm.
And she kind of grabs an apple from the table. She doesn't join the others. And she's trying to make sense of all of these pictures.
Excellent.
Trying to bring something to her memory.
Try to speak in first person better. No problem. Yeah, you've got, I'm not sure what kind of past Dana has in general, but you've got kind of spotty memories of it and stuff, and you're not really sure. It just kind of stopped at some point, and then you woke up here. But yeah, it's reassuring. It's kind of reassuring that like the guy eating cereal is pretty much ignoring you and playing with his sword rather than seeming to care what you're up to. Yeah, stuff like that. So it's weird. Although if you ever meet the girl from the painting, something tells you to be very, very careful of her. Just one of those feelings. But eventually you guys finish your breakfast. As you eventually, Scott, what's your character's name?
Glenn.
Glenn finds the. That's right. Glenn finds the outside eventually, and there's a nice pool. It looks like you could do like half laps in it, but then beyond that is a Matrix style dojo. You know, just imagine the dojo from the Matrix. Pretty impressive looking dojo. And whoever made this had a sword fetish. No other weapons, swords. Swords everywhere. You pick the style. If you want a friggin' Egyptian khopesh, they got one here. I mean, and they're not fancy or especially nice. They're like, this is made for chopping. This is made for piercing and chopping. This is just made for piercing. Those are your basic choices. They look strong, but not like, oh, beautiful craftsman. No, none of that. This is, and then they've got wooden swords as well.
All right.
Logan, do I know their names? Do I know?
No, it's not yet. They know your name apparently because you told them. But
I introduced myself.
hey, lady, ma'am, I don't think I know your name. I haven't seen you around. I haven't seen you around except for like as an extra on the set.
You've seen me around nowhere, but the name's Dana.
Okay, all right. No, I definitely remember you on the show, but okay. Thanks,
well,
Dana.
Give me a memory roll for something else there, Rock.
Yeah, this is gonna go well. Oh, very close.
It just shows missing footage in your mind. You're like, Maybe you've been giving yourself Rohypnol. You're not sure anymore.
Yeah, could be. All right, well, I'm gonna go practice my act. Get yourself comfortable. Glenn will be here in a couple hours. I step out of the room and go to my bedroom, put the sword away, and get the Zulu mask out.
Great. Okay, you've been left alone, Dana. What are you wanting to do?
She is.
I
am.
There you go.
I am going to look at these computers and see what type of thing is going on here.
Sure. Give me a computer use roll to figure out all this stuff.
That wasn't good.
Piece of shit computer. Basically, you're not sure exactly what's going on, but you can get on the internet with that roll. You can go for Google.
I'm looking up Handy Show.
Right. This is a show that everybody said would fail, and then they took it to Comic-Con, and it was declared so bad it was great. People went out of their minds with it. The most disturbing thing you find, though, is scrolling through all the actors and actresses, your name is on the list, and you've got an IMDb page with you on it, and you appear to be happy in your photograph. It's like a professionally taken headshot type of deal. You say. You have 2 credits, by the way. You have the Handy Show, where you're playing like navigator's assistant, such and such, and then your other credit is in a show, Not If I Can Help It, where you'd played a character for apparently 1 year until the show canceled. And it has a link to the show, and you can even see parts of the show on YouTube.
I'm going to try to print. Maybe I don't even see the printer, but we'll see if I can hear it spitting something out.
Give me a listen roll. It's super quiet, and yeah, it's kind of hidden, but you may or may not ever find anything.
All right, that should be good. I hear something.
Who in the hell hides a printer in the bottom of an alcohol cabinet? You eventually get in there and you've got your printout.
All right. Well, there maybe is still time. I look up Thirok Eversoul.
He has also got IMDb page, same credits as you have, as far as which shows he's done. So essentially, you guys are both in the same shows and stuff. Yeah. It's got his first name, last name. It has him in an exaggerated pose and stuff. Which role are you playing again in Handy there, Rock?
The Chinese security chief.
Oh, yeah. You can even get a little clip of him in horrible Chinese accent. Go prepare for Chinese fury. Yeah. He doesn't look Chinese at all to you. It's gone beyond cultural appropriation to what?
Yeah, and like all the R's or L's, like prepare for Chinese fury.
Yeah, it's gone past normal racism into you're just confusing the Chinese people at this point. So, yeah, the show is that bad. He is one of the more popular actors. That's how bad it is. So
yeah, that excellent space sickness episode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You can actually watch the space sickness episode where somebody got sick on set and like literally vomited, and that caused somebody else to vomit on that person, and they kept it in the show because it was so bad it was good.
I'm stopping the clip. I don't need to see more of the clip.
You're sure it's going nowhere good. It has over 2 million hits on YouTube.
This is so bad. I'm going to try to find where I am. Do a little Google Maps of see if there's some directions.
You do the thing that I have literally had to do dozens of times. Type where am I right now into the Google, and it gives you a map and tells you exactly what country and where you're at. You're in a city called San Angeles in California. As near as you can tell, San Angeles is a metroplex that is engulfed like San Diego, Los Angeles, etc. It's kind of just grown out of that area, and it's huge. You're in California, United States, but yeah, give me a library research roll. Lower is better. This is for discovering additional stuff, maybe. You were lucky to get that much. You were lucky Google told you anything at all.
All right, I will print that off, and now I'm going to go back to my room to kind of see if I can find more details.
You feel comforted by hard copy. You drag it back to your room. Meanwhile, what's Glenn up to? You're in the Matrix dojo thing.
Right. Nobody else is in there.
Now?
I'll grab a sword.
There's a suspicious lack of scabbards. There's a couple scabbards. You can get a sword and a scabbard, but overall it looks like scabbards are not required here for some reason.
Weird. Is there like a rapier?
Sure.
Grab that. Head back to the house. Get the nicest looking bottle of whiskey off of that table.
Oh, they're all really nice looking actually, but they're all like super in the future. There's nothing like from your time period here.
Right.
Damn primitives.
It's not bathtub liquor, so
True.
Pretty good.
True. Yeah, you grab a lovely bottle of whiskey.
Okay. Alcohol legal?
You're not sure.
No, I shout that.
Oh, right. The Rock. You hear somebody yell. Both of you guys hear somebody yelling, "Alcohol legal!"
I'm gonna make a history roll to see if I remember what that's all about.
My guess is
That might No, I don't think I took any history. So no, I'm American.
Yeah.
Say what?
What?
What? I shrug and go looking for a snifter.
Right. You do find some glasses, but yeah. This is a nice place. Very very comfortable looking chairs and stuff. Um, Swimming pools, movie stars, all that. Yeah.
Have a drink.
No problem. I know where your time is going. And The Rock, what are you up to?
I'm gonna get my Zulu mask, put it on, and practice my Zulu dance in the dojo.
Wow. Seeing a guy wearing a big Zulu mask go by while you're drinking in the living room, that's something that you hadn't really planned on for your day.
Huh.
And
yeah, but I start whooping and howling and doing some kind of weird racist dance.
Excellent.
I gotta follow and see what's going on there.
No problem. Dana, you hear whooping and a hollering from outside of your room where you're clutching your hard copy.
I roll it up. I put the papers in the fanciest dress I don't think I'm ever going to wear in my life in the closet as a place to hide.
Sure.
I awkwardly take my sword, look both ways down the hallway, and try to follow the sound.
No problem. It eventually leads you out into the dojo where you're seeing one dude watching another dude dancing around. Are you in your underwear too, or are you still clothed? Okay, I didn't know how far you were taking this.
I'm in a tracksuit.
That's cool. Yeah, so apparently it could be some sort of interpretive dance or something. You're not really sure what he's going for here. Give me a dancing roll, by the way, there, Russ. I'm curious to see how this goes.
Surprisingly well. That probably won't make it, though. No, I'm still at learn on dance.
Oh, my.
So that doesn't make it.
Yeah, he's dancing around for a while for apparently his own amusement. You hear a knock behind you, Dana, on the door.
I turn around. I don't open it though.
Oh, it's already open. There's some guy who's a little bit shorter than you. He looks like very fit, very strong looking dude. He's the kind of guy who you can see the blood vessels in his neck and stuff like that. And he has dark hair and eyes, and he speaks with an unusual accent. He goes, "Hello, my name is Glenn Thalman. I am your trainer. You're holding that sword wrong."
All right. I stop dancing, take my mask off.
Oh, no. Do not let me interrupt, he says. I
put my mask back on, continue dancing.
Shall we begin? He says.
Yes.
Good. First, I will. Pardon?
Are we playing with swords?
Let's start with the wooden ones, he says, looking at how she's holding the sword.